time with your doctor? Dr. Sean may have the answer. Watch The Doctor Will See You Now, Tuesday at 5 and 11 on CBS 4 News. The CBS 4 News I-Team. Investigators you can count on.
Remember, if you see news in the making, give us a call. In Miami-Dade, the hotline is 305-477-2444. In Broward, it's 954-463-NEWS.
Finally, talk about lucky ducks. 8 baby ducks are safe and sound tonight thanks to the relentless efforts of the Coral Springs firefighters you're looking at. The little birds got stuck inside a pipe. That's how tiny they are. After they fell inside a storm drain. The babies were just walking along, following their mommy across the drain, but they were too tiny and they slipped through the cracks. Luckily, they are fine.
Oh, and too cute. That's our news. Thanks for being with us.
We'll see you back here at 11. Now here's the CBS Evening News. Good night.
Don't understand. Listen to the rhetoric carefully.
Tonight, President Bush with a bold new prediction for the economy and about jobs. Democrats Edwards and Clark desperate for a win tomorrow. A fugitive terrorist asked Al-Qaeda's help, launching new attacks that could set off an Iraqi civil war. Home remodelers who put the con in contractor. How you can protect yourself. An Eye on America series about rip-offs begins tonight. And where were you 40 years ago tonight?
The Beatles!
Close your eyes and out this.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. The front-loaded Democratic primary season is having an impact now on President Bush. The Democratic frontrunner, Senator John Kerry, has been rolling up victory after victory in the primaries and raising serious questions about the president's handling of Iraq and the economy, especially the loss of jobs. In response, Mr. Bush is kicking his re-election campaign into higher gear, now campaigning hard on television and on the road. CBS News White House correspondent John Roberts begins our coverage.
It was jobs on the president's mind today, sending an upbeat economic report to Congress, declaring his tax cuts will help businesses create 2.6 million new jobs this year.
When they say we're going to repeal Bush's tax cuts, that means they're going to raise your taxes. And that's wrong. And that's bad economics.
The jobs prediction is bold, considering his forecast last year of nearly 2 million new jobs turned into a net loss of 53,000. A fact Democrats who'd like to put Mr. Bush on the unemployment line are only too happy to point out.
Well, I got a feeling this report was prepared by the same people who brought us the intelligence on Iraq.
It was just a joke, but as highlighted on news magazine covers, it illustrates another growing problem for President Bush. New issues of credibility and trust on his wartime record, what had been his strongest asset and the core of his upcoming campaign.
Now, when he makes a statement which is not totally obvious, we're going to ask, is it true, or is it his political spin, or is it his ideological perspective?
The president has launched an aggressive defense of his policies, inviting himself onto the Sunday talk show circuit yesterday to insist he did not take the nation to war on a false pretense.
I don't think America can stand by and hope for the best from a madman.
The appearance was meant to blunt his critics and show a president not afraid to confront the tough issues. But he was forced to backtrack on a critical point.
That the Iraqi regime continues to possess and conceal some of the most lethal weapons ever devised.
He now admits that statement on the eve of the war may indeed have been wrong.
Asked about the president's recent slide in the polls, White House officials said today, well, that's natural. The Democrats are commanding all the attention right now. But there is no question that as this election season moves into full swing, the president is starting out back on his heels. Dan?
John Roberts reporting live from the White House. Also back on their heels, the Democratic hopefuls trying to keep Kerry from looking like the inevitable nominee, especially if Kerry wins tomorrow's primaries in 2 southern states. Just consider what Kerry's opponents are up against tomorrow in Tennessee. Correspondent Byron Pitts is there.
Today in Memphis, the Clark campaign can only hope their man's a better closer than he is a dancer. The retired